Hello. You're right, so I'm a little bit late. I did legendary. Stevie Wonders, good to see you, mate. Here's the milky tea. Not too bad today. Not too bad, mate. You're right. I did soups, good to see you, mate. And 170 excess. How you doing, man? How you doing? The real spy, is it? Those things, mate. What is the world treating you today? Oh, just going from work, nice. Very nice there. We're on point. Hey, you finally made it, sir. Some of the cams are all working here, kind of. Not working as always. Put the aircon on today, so he's proper toasty at the minute. Mic looks a bit low, a bit quiet. I don't know. Seems a little quiet. Picked up the Viper in black. The white coating's never good, mate. I think it just looks better legendary, but I think it gets dirty really quick. White coating. If I'm honest, I both think it looks better, but it doesn't last. It goes yellow, or it gets dirty with dirty fingers. So I'd get the black one if I was going to use it more often. That makes sense. If I was going to main it, I would I think it. Turn my mic on. You got both. White coating.
I've got balls of steel.
PBT texture. Yeah, I don't know whether they just mess around with the coatings or whatever, but I don't know why I have a different coating on a white to a black version. It makes no sense to me. Agree, that seems to be what they try to do. A few things to help out this. Always something to do. Just to follow Wiggle Z, how do you mean? Things. Yeah, I don't know why they have different coatings. This one has to be a bit weird. Had a bit of sunshine today in the UK. No, a little bit, only a fraction of rain. It's a bonus, right? Feels like it. Scooters, good to see you, mate. Just for the subscriptions, sir. 4 months, baby. Damn. It's been a while, sir. You've probably seen me disappear a bit during that 4 months. Appreciate the support. I've been a little bit on and off this few months. Hoping we're getting back to it. So is it on your main now, Stevie, the Viper V3? Did the Viper 3 years with Stevie? Damn! Stevie's been watching me all the time and stalking me. He could be the longest stalker, Stevie. He could be the longest stalker. Don't know. You main in the V3? I don't know what to think of the V3 because I didn't particularly like the hyperspeed. I thought it was a bit naff. So I'm just sorting my earphones out and then we're good. I thought the V3 hyperspeed was a bit naff. So I know this has got a different battery in it. So I guess it'll be interesting to see what they've done. But I don't know. V3 is now your main? Where did you come from before that? I can't remember. It wasn't a G Pro, was it? You're always changing it. Was it a Death Adder? Huge antenna. We shall find out. Come on. A cheap Lenovo one. These are really good, these. You get it for like 10 quid. They're better than they don't give me your ears any trouble. I've got the iPod ones, but the Pros, but they just mess my ears up. Smooth to touch.
I've got balls of steel.
You choose to follow return. That's the way you've done it. How you doing, man? You right? Just about to get rocking and rolling. Too many things going on. And then we'll see what it looks like inside. I'll have a quick view on it, so I think personally. You planning to play Razer Warfare this Friday? Yes, I am. Don't know if it's gonna be any good, but I've got to take a look at it, I think. But I've only heard pretty bad things about what current state it's in, so I guess we'll see. I mean, it is pretty new. I think they just rushed it out to get some of the Valorant peeps, so you need your best PC. I need to sort it out. I think it might be overheating actually. I don't know. Maybe that old cooler's not working. Your 1400K 4090 is struggling. Yeah, this list 90 FPS is playable, but it's not ideal, is it? That's why I've got the same one, so same spec. What do you want to see first? Razer or the Keychron? Should we take a peek at Razer? Anyone else? Nope. No. Stevie wins. Razer it is. Adrian Q Gamer, Return Fate. Adrian man. Alright, I've got this Razer on. Let's see what Razer's changed in this bad boy. I haven't opened it. She's still a virgin. Well, Beast X is on the right. That's a mini one. I've got the normal medium one. This is just the mini I've been using for now. You're wondering between the Razer Viper V3 Hyperspeed and the Razer Viper V3 Pro. Well, I didn't like Hyperspeed one bit, so I guess we're going to have to see if this one's any better. I wasn't a fan, so maybe they've changed construction. We'll have a look, but yeah, I wasn't a fan of it, mate. I wouldn't even pick the Viper V3 over a G Pro, the Hyperspeed one. Hated it. The old 8K bandwagon. The OP1 8K is not bad, to be fair, but 8K snake oil. Prefer the mini version more? I think I prefer the medium, to be fair. But I've not used it for a bit.
I've got balls of steel.
Cheers for the follow Destructor. You okay? Destructor. Like the smiley face. Was it 2019 scooters? Damn. Ooh, it's very white. Ah, finally. Finally they've listened. There's no split. It does worry me that skate looks very like a super light though. A weird skate shape at the front, but maybe they are listening after all. What else do we get? Dongle. Do the 4K dongle now included? Looks like it, I guess. Use the Cobra wired. And update it. It's a bit new, the Cobra wired, isn't it? You've got a slightly bigger mouse, or are you thinking about using like the Beast X instead? Is that what you're thinking of getting to replace it? It's good, the Beast X, really. A bit more bite in the old Opto Max. I'll give you my first impressions on the
Excellent!
Viper. Hey, cheers for the sub return. Appreciate it, man. Are you liking it, sir? It's a little bit different. We're going to take a deeper look in this now. Like I said, I've already done the V3 Hyperspeed. If you want to take a look at that, it definitely feels lighter. Straight off the bat, I'd say it feels a little smooth. Like almost a little bit worryingly too smooth. Don't know why the hard locks, mate. Maybe they just think it's more stable. It feels very smooth though. I thought it would have a little bit more texture. It's almost like there's no texture, which I think is gonna be an issue if you've got sweaty hands. I don't know, I like the coating. I prefer there a bit more textured coating. Yeah. The new V3 Pro. The side buttons feel okay. Still got a cough, apologies. Pretty good for pre-travel. They feel like the micro switch, but not the real bad switches like something like the M800 had originally. You can take this product apart. Yep, we're taking it apart. 21 gram, don't worry, mate. We're tearing it down, mate. Stick around. Greetings from the Ukraine, sir. Taking apart this one, and we're taking apart the Keychron in a bit as well. So, show you what they're like inside.
Excellent!
Evening Tazy, right, sir? Tazy. Zukas. Is that how you say your name, mate? Cheers, buddy. Cheers for the sub, sir. 12 months, damn. Been here a whole year, mate. Still can't say your name right. Apologies, sir. Cheers for the support, man. More mice can be destroyed. The noticeable thing is that coating, I think. It's very, very smooth. The side buttons feel good, but they feel like micro switches. These feel quite tasty. A bit more click. Don't have to change the switches, but the market for a new mouse, Ultralight X, doesn't vibe. Not liking it still. Maybe they're like a bit. Don't know, you don't like the switch. What switches you got in it, Tazy?
I've got balls of steel.
Cheers, mine. Filipovi, is it? Follow how you do, man. Sounds like switching the Cobra, you think? Probably the Gen 3, but they do feel pretty good in this. for Razer switches. I don't particularly like the Razer ones. They're not quite as snappy as some of them, but they feel a little bit better than normal in this. So we're getting a shit ton of pre-travel. Especially at the end. That, you almost push it down. A little bit better further back, maybe.
Excellent.
Yeah, still got a little bit. Maybe the plunger. Cheers for the sub. Tazy. 18 months. Boom. Cheers, buddy. Just for the spot, man. 18 months. Making me feel old now all these days of streaming. What's that? Innate? Do they feel better implementation than the Dave? Yeah, I don't like the Dave, mate, at all. They definitely feel better than that. V2, maybe. Probably feel the better if Razer Optom XF felt, if I'm honest. Scooters gifting 5. My day's going nuts. I'm crazy, man. Just scooters. Holy moly. It's me like to see more Razer teardowns. Cheers, scooters, for these 5 ones, baby.
Excellent.
Teardown time, baby. Indeed, it is teardown time. No impressions on
I've
it.
got balls of
A little bit of pre-travel.
steel.
Cheers, Florklin dude. Cheers for the follow, man. Just about to take apart this V3 Pro from Razer. That's the plan. What's that, N8? You're doing your best to buy one today, depending on the teardown. Let's see what they've done inside it, mate. I didn't like the Hyper V3. Look on YouTube, I've done a video on that, so it's worth a look. But I wasn't particularly keen on it. In fact, I hated it. So, this one though looks a bit better. Looks like the sensor's slightly better position, maybe. Need to find the V3. You mean a modded Hyperspeed V3? Okay. You didn't hate it then. So I reckon you'll like this. Been using G4X for 2 years. Thought the old scroll wheel started to go and sent you a new one. That's pretty good, man. You not fancy the G4X 2? They sent you version 1 or version 2? Ordered the Zappling Z2. Made some good ones. Made the Z1 was pretty good. Hi Bob, you plan on doing a weight reduction on the OP18K? I will be doing it. So I'll go around to it yet. So we had to test it first, which we did last week. Give this one AJ, the white one. I don't like the coating, it's a bit smooth, mate. I think it's going to be a real problem. It feels like a G Pro. I don't like that coating. It's going to be very, very bad for people with sweaty fingers. It's okay with, like, if you're not sweaty, but the thumb for me, I can tell is already quite slippy. I feel a little bit more texture. You could just put grip tape on it, mate. Sent you the V1 Falcon? That's a shame. At least sent you a V2, couldn't it? But... So pre-travel still there on this one. Scroll wheel feels quite smooth on this as well. Fairly light M3. Not bad. Skate's interesting. Let's say they're finally taking away the split on these. Razer have started to listen. I don't know why they ever split it, but I don't like the way they flatten out the front. It has the same problem as the Super Light when it's too flat. But they have rounded the skates, I think. It's very hard to tell. Just. It's very small rounding though. I like the rear one though. But I just feel like if you really squash it, you can maybe get a little bit of flex out of this, but it's pretty, like, people always say that, you can get the click there if you really wanted to. But you'd have to, I mean, I wouldn't even bother, you'd have to push too much force. Sometimes when I'm modern, people say they can push the side buttons, but you can do if you like, you know, over compress that. You're not going to push that much weight into it. If you do, you get an RSI, so. Like, even on this you can do it, but that's pretty well built. You've got a pretty sturdy base to it. No rattles. Rattleless. Does it weigh? I haven't looked at the specs to be fair. 55 grams, okay. Pretty tasty. 5 grams under Super Light. Just got a Super Light V1 here, but they look pretty similar size. We'll measure it in a second, check the sensor position, but Super Light's actually slightly smaller, just on the rear. If you got any mouse, which one would you recommend? Max 100. You've got a cheaper one, look at the VGen Dragonfly, it's pretty good. Pro. Maybe an old G Pro Superlight, it's version 1, and then now below 100. Maybe one of the Razers if you fancy that shape. VGN Dragonfly is good if you want some more budget. I would recommend that. I'm the one. How you doing, sir? You right? Anyone got any other suggestions for under $100? 5 grand under Superlight and a huge antenna. No holes in it as well. USB-C as well. Nice. Yeah, let's measure it up. I still don't particularly like the shape. Feels quite big, to be fair. This Viper V3. I don't know why they ever changed the shape of the Viper there compared to like the Mini Beast there. It feels tiny, the Mini Beast. See, to me the Superlight fits slightly better in my hand, but that's my personal, because I tend to kink them like that angle, whereas the Superlight feels a bit straight with my hand, if you see what I mean. I can do that because it's small. I don't know why they're going to smooth coating. My one gripe at the minute is the smooth coating, I would say. It would have been nice to have had a slightly different front skate, a little bit more at the front rather than that flat, although it's not as bad as the Superlight by any means. Great to see you butchering again, Bob. Indeed, sir. Indeed. Butchering. Is he better than the G Pro X? I've got to take it apart, but I don't know. I'm a fan of the G Pro. I'm not a fan of the Viper V3 Hyperspeed. This one feels better than that. I prefer the Viper V2 Pro. I prefer that shape. This one doesn't feel bad from them, so I guess we'll see. Exactly, Stevie. I don't know why they call it the Viper. It just winds me up like they called the Cobra when it's actually a, well, mini. Isn't it? It's the Viper Mini. So let's look at some of the sizes here. So what they say. Dimensions. That's from the front button. Oops. Not from the actual other part, because they always put that cut out in, so you kind of see it more from like where you'd expect it to be centered. Got the button pressed. And it's with it pressed. It's quite big for its weight, this mouse. Razer's done a good job in taking some of the weight out of it. Given its size. Slightly wider at the rear. And you got big skates on this as well. What was that? Wish the sensor placement stayed in the front. Don't know, I prefer it mid, to be fair, but that's personal. The front changes it to a smaller turn-in. It's quite high as well. What happened to the Death Adder? I don't know. I don't know what they keep doing to the naming. I don't know who's on Razer's naming conventions at the minute, but they're just messing around with them. Like, I don't remember anyone ever complaining about the Viper shape either. The people really liked it and they've just changed it. So they're not going to release a Viper V2 update. Oops. So I'm kind of wondering. Go in. Do a few measurements, then we'll take it apart. Give some people an idea of what things are like. One thing I've noticed is how far they are from the rear. Like, one measurement I prefer that no one ever shows you is how far the buttons are, because my it's hard to measure, but my hand doesn't always reach them. Pretty sure it's gonna be centered, but you never know. Is it more front than it is back? It looks fractionally front. Yeah, and pretty centre, just a little bit fractionally forward, which we thought. Could be centre, to be fair, if you take that measurement from the back. Right. Under 100. Hey, there was Zappin Z2, yeah. OP18K, you reckon? But you're going for cable, mate. Never likes cable anymore. That's the problem, but agreed. It's a good mouse at that price. Razer, I haven't smoothed the. I haven't rounded the center one, but it's no big that one. Other than that, looks like a pretty standard score. Well, overall, I think it's not bad. And Razer's probably their better mouse over the last year, I would say, or since the maybe the Viper Signature or the Viper V2 Pro. It's better than the Hyperspeed. Yeah, not bad. The only thing I don't like is the coating. That'd be my only concern. And the shape's not quite for me, but the buttons in quite a good position for an 18:9 hand. I can definitely reach the buttons. I like the little dips and the comfort grooves are nice. A little bit of pre-travel in the mains, but these Gen 3, I presume. I haven't checked the specs, but the Gen 3 or whatever Optomex Razer's putting here feel a bit nicer, where the setup's nicer. There's a bit of flex if you really squash it, but I wouldn't worry about that. The buttons, one of the things it's worth checking as well is where the buttons activate. So you can activate them right at the top there, which is good. All the way down. Anyway, your fingers set. I'm surprised I don't play like that, but you could actually play like that, they're a little bit stiffer if you really wanted. Not bad. Not bad. Got my aircon on today, first time today in the UK. It's been a bit sweaty. Right. So, it's time to take it apart. Let's have a look. We'll take it apart, weigh each bit, see how it's constructed, give my opinion on this Viper V3 Pro, and we'll yeah, see how it's built, see if it's any better than Hyperspeed. That's what it weighs first. $55 grams, not bad. Used the Tesla since 2007. What's funny is the old zipper light fluid's still going, even though we bought a new can. That's premature. Razer still haven't brought out a cheap Viper Mini for people, which is just nuts. That makes me want to cry. So what do you reckon? Have a guess? Screws at the back only, I reckon. Not at the front. Let's find out. A little bit low on fuel maybe. I'm not a fan of the skate. Also means you're going to need another set of skates. So if you get this mouse, it's going to be different again to the ones you've already got. Can't swap them out. You bought some spares. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, they put 2 screws at the front. That's a shame. See, does it? You. Come on, fella, use them. Not much residue in there, if any. 0.7 standard, what do you think? Let's have a look. Trap my own finger. 0.8, so pretty standard. Thickness. That's the one. That's 1.5 grams. That one front skate. Damn, Stan. That's where your problem is. Which mouse is on my right? This one's the mini beast at the minute.
I've got balls of steel.
Risk it off. Just follow TPK Tadja, is it? How you doing, man? I read your name, apologies. How you doing? taking apart this Viper V3 Pro. That's what it looks like. Oh, stab myself in the hand. Again. There's 2 more screws, but it's come off nice and clean. Don't know whether the batteries, but could at least hold that out a little bit, you know what I mean? Reminds me of a Zowie skate, this reel. Could be another 1.5 grams on it. Could be 3 grams worth of skates there. If you put dots on it, you already saved her. Probably like 2 grams, I reckon. Put that on around there. Goodbye. Residue. I make a smiley face, that upsets me. Now let's look at the center one, which isn't rounded. Bit weird. Okay. Sorry for the Razer magnetic keyboard. I don't know. I tried the TKL Huntsman V3 and it was absolutely horrid, mate. So I used to love Razer keyboards, but I'm not a fan of it. So I don't know. Razer needs some serious keyboard work. It's a bit rough. I don't know. Routine's definitely leading that market at the minute. I have a routine over that all day long. I'm having all gear in the same brand. Routine, mate. Not that I do anymore because I'm forever switching around, but no. I can use like the Black Widows and stuff. This one's not come off so much, a bit of residue. I missed taking a look at some of the newer mice. You should be back now. Life just got in the way. Okay, so looks like we've got the posi with the torque screws. Need to sort my lights out still. Still can't find the actual proper screwdriver to this. Would you be surprised? My man cave needs a bit more work. Epic! He's a D. How you doing, man? Good to see you back. Torx T7. See, I'd be able to tell that, but I don't know what the numbers are for it. I'm gonna ring it. There we go. T7. T6H, my reckons, but I don't know. Focus! I'll have to see. Got the world's smallest screen. Close Pernod cigar. It's definitely a smaller screwdriver. The smaller torque screw than the normal ones there. Stevie. That's for sure. And they're made in black, they're not silver this time. There's 4 of these. If you want to see the serial number so you can compare in case there's some changes come along later. There's a serial number, this one. Send this back to Razer once we chop it up. Send it back for a fault. Steal the serial. There you can have it. Take the serial number. I don't think I've tried the M2 yet. I've tried the M3. Feels like Razer's got its usual clips down the side, so get a little bit of rear end flex out the screws, but not too bad. Yeah, so it has. What's that, legendary? Already raising the RMA.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the beastie antenna on the corner there. Bit of ribbon cable. So they have changed it with the skeleton inside. They've changed the style a little bit. It looks like that's one small PCB. Is it just a full one? Yeah. Interesting. So they have changed a bit on this. So the battery already looks a little bit bigger. Razer may be listening to some of the construction that we talk about now. They have it a bit lacking. There's a few plastic rivets. Oh, I know they've made some changes. They're listening to the rivets we've all been kicking off about. What's been pictured at a tournament, mate? Beast X is best. You like Throat Jet, this one? It's a good mouse one. I haven't took apart the mini, but I took apart the medium one. Just take a peek on this one. Razer lead engineer is following you. Was he? Well, he's definitely listening. I like it. Keep listening, Mr. Engineer, because this one looks slightly better. But we'll see. It's a pretty small PCB, that. That is a small PCB. Interesting antenna. How far that is forward. That is like snug as a bug in a rug in there, isn't it? How's the pink clubman? Mate, it's alright. Good to see you, Carrot. But it washed today. Look how small these wires are. It looks like art. It's interesting in the shape. That's probably the weirdest shaped PCB we've seen yet. Look how small it is. Can't see another PCB in there. That was micro switches. Disappointing. Not the end of the world. That's it. That's pretty small, that PCB. Alright. So Razer's not, Logitech's not catching up with Razer. They don't need to though, mate. What's the point? Logitech's so much bigger. They're just lazy at the minute. I think Razer needs to change some of their build quality still, but it's a shame. You can't part the battery without taking the PCB out. Might be able to force it, but can we? Oh yeah, just be careful though. Let's put a bigger battery in it by the looks of it. Does a Viper V3 Pro have flat sides? Nope. Still curved, mate. Oh, can't say now, I'll show you in a sec. Showed you a camera, but it's obviously another camera. Razer's like the jack of all trades. Both sides, yeah, there you go. So you can see the slightly curved install. Good to see they're starting to pay a bit more attention back to the mouse board quality because they were really dropping off. This looks slightly better now. This battery's not coming out easy. So at least they're starting to listen to people. I've always been a Razer fanboy. People might not think I am, but I am. Logitech are in the corporate mode. That's where they make a lot more money. They don't care about the gaming world. They care a little bit, but they have a lot of the corporate products. Come on. Don't focus on it. It's such small text. I mean, I'm struggling to read it with my own man eyes. Hang on. Got the world's tiniest text. It is 306 milliamp. The world's tiniest label. I'm getting blind in my old age. My right eye is getting a bit worse. Interesting. 306 there, yeah. The first people to put in a decent sized battery, to be fair. 55 grams, that's pretty good. A bit of a mess of it taken out. And at 5 grams in weight, which is pretty good. Let's compare that to this is the default Logitech one, which is actually heavier, and that's 240 milliamp. Pretty good. Made quite a bit of a weight saving on that battery. You can buy that. Smaller text means less weight on the ink. I mean, yeah, true. If I take the label off, save a bit more weight if we wanted. I was joking, but we can actually take it off. I expect no weight saving. Oh, we did save a bit. Lol. The wire though, look how thin that gauge is. You can tell how thin that is. The Logitech's one. It's also got a smaller connector actually. Using the smaller connector, it was a 1mm JTS versus the 1.5, I think. The one. Then it goes wire. If it doesn't melt, but pretty good. What was that? QR label on the PCB looks kind of thick. Yep, doesn't it? That's definitely at least another 0.002 grams. Gotta save weight, baby. And 4 chords, yeah. It's coming, Mum. We'll take this part of them. Coming up after. Fair. Razer's brought them down. The original Viper, was that Viper V1? Was that about 80 grams or something? It's coming down quite a bit. Got 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need to get my digital microscope set up so we can see properly. Mainly me. It's probably solid lead. Yeah, I could cut it off. Interesting place for it. I wonder why it's at the front corner. Not built onto the PCB, but they took it, don't get the resin in like Fan of Mouse's Ultralight. They put the resin in, didn't remember we drilled it, so they ended up drilling it the next one. Sup, potato! So I didn't show you the screw. Tiny one, standard screw. Again, oh no, we lost that screw. There you go. Let this screw down. Nothing to see it. Yeah, there's a screw. We'll put that back together. It's gonna be missing a screw. Rip the screw, yeah. Oh dear. It's rolled on my floor. I'm not finding that. You got the latest MPO-1S glossy white. Took you a while to get that, mate, in Brazil. Oh, you had one, didn't you? Yeah, you used to have one. Look at this PCB. Tiny. So that's what that is. You think they've got a project name on this shell? The gold trimming reminds me a bit like the MK1, MK2s. Yeah, V3 Pro this month. Pretty small. It's like a 0.8 millimeter one. Okay, 1 millimeter, maybe a bit thicker PCB. Oh no, there we go. It's a bit of a weird shape. Because the antenna is actually longer, but you couldn't really. Hard to measure. It's probably like that with the antenna, it's hard to show. If you're looking at modding with it, which I don't know, VGM's pretty good for that. Such a weird shape. Pretty small. That's probably the smallest PCB we've seen for a while, especially for wireless. These specs. Nightmare for 3D printed shell. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't touch this PCB. Spend weeks trying to get that right. See what the specs are. Yeah, the Dragonfly is the best one. It's cheap and also better shape. So this has got a Razer FP-2 sensor. Interesting. Whatever they want to call it. Presumably means it's $33.95. Razer's firmware. It's running the Nordic. Yeah, it's running the Nordic sensor, the NS2. Is it 840? Now we've taken the sticker off. Yes, right ways. 6G is pretty light for a PCB, but there isn't much to it, is there? I don't know if it's actually made any difference. Onto the base. So pre-riveted, plastic riveted power button. At the end of the world. Don't know why they didn't hollow out the battery. Like, why not? Why not just cut it out? Because you're going to hide it anyway, I guess. Still annoys me they don't actually smooth off the skates. So you can put any skates on it. Now you've fixed this weird shape unless you put something inside it. Like the sides on the battery and stuff, you don't need that. It's that stuck down, it ain't going to move. Like the sides don't stop it rattling around. But hey, quite a small sensor slot as well. Got quite a flexible base, they definitely thinned it. So it says ABS top right corner. It says CAV 3. I can't see any more project names or anything. Feels like 10 grams. Which would be pretty decent. It's even lighter. Damn, I'm losing my touch. 8 grams, pretty nice. That's a light base. Well, there's a slightly different design from Razer. We haven't seen them use this. Maybe done the other Vipers, but they've hollowed it out a bit more. Maybe we've seen this in the original Viper V1 and then they took it out and started doing weird things inside. I guess the top shot correctly was his retirement. Alright, mate. Right, pressure's on, eh? Pressure's on. How you doing, big Asian web? How you doing, man? Could be retirement. I'm getting old. Interesting on the scroll wheel. God, that's quite a different style. It's like the LED, I guess, but they haven't. It's like they've gone for this traditional scroll wheel setup, but we'll find out. Might be different switches because they haven't got the. These look soldered. Let's find out. 4 screws. 1, a 2, a 3, 4. Hey, noise look like the M800 review, sir. Hey, what's up? Jazzhan, how you doing, man? Jazzhan? You love this mouse. This your favourite one? These look slightly different, these screws. Yeah, it's getting better. I'm liking what Razer's done with this one. It's looking slightly better from them, more like what we'd expect them to do, not with the last crappy modules have been dropping out. Like the Def Adder V3 and then the Hyperspeed. I'd even say the Cobra wasn't particularly good, to be fair, but this one looks pretty good. So far, so good. So far, I can't really complain about it. It looks pretty good for what it is. If you don't mind the shape. Razer might finally be listening. Like the idea of this inner skeleton to keep the rigidity. Does add a little bit of weight, but this is pretty good at 55 grams. I'm not sure many people are going to want it lighter than this, to be fair. I didn't even know they got rid of the Rocat brand Turtle Beach. Didn't they just buy them recently? Was it like an acquisition? Well, I would say recently, but it's about 4 years ago. I prefer Rocat to Turtle Beach. A bit light for you, this one, Big Asian. What kind of weight do you like? Like a bigger mouse? The Purple Beast, this one. It's like a lilac, isn't it? Lavender. Like the Beast. Isn't it? A bit hard to get these. Something to get off these little pins. Lavender. Fired all the product people, yeah, merged them. That's what I thought as well. Remember, Ali? And now they realise what? No one wants them. So now they got rid of them. They sold them to somebody else. Some may be positive, but not so positive in there. We'll see. Is it different? Oh, no, hang on. Yeah. No, that's a shame. I thought when I looked under here, I thought, oh, they've changed the mechanical switch, but they haven't. There's the mech switch on the side. Tricked me. Go for the same encoder as Razer, as the G Pro X2, or all the way around. Logitech copy Razer, isn't that the TTC Blue? Got the micro side switches. I'm not a fan of, but everyone seems to be using them now. With the Daewoo switch. Not seen that one before now. Can I get KBE wireless? Not at the minute, mate. And disappeared. I mean, I've actually seen Rocat drop any mice. I dropped some horrible, like the Rocat Air. That was absolutely revolting. But beyond that, we haven't seen much, have we? It's the weird ribbon cable. So it's like goes off in two directions. Comes up here into this clip. So there's a secondary PCB, which is how I get the other ones. So like, a bit like Logitech. I mean, I kind of feel like Razer might be copying Logitech a little bit. The more we look at this, we like the two PCB tier, same encoder maybe. This like skeleton thing was a bit like G Pro XE. What do you reckon? Seen SteelSeries' new mouse? Nope. I haven't been keeping up very much really. I've been pretty busy with my RL work, unfortunately. But I need to have a look and catch back up. They're making me work away. God damn. Is this the lifter one? We've got a... No, it's a pull out one. That's going to be awkward to put back in. I can tell already if it is. No, maybe it's the lifter one. Nope. The back lift up. Yeah. You have to lift up this little flap. Voila. Imagine not looking ideal. The new one from SteelSeries. They seem to have dropped off a bit as well. DPI using. I'm still using 1600 at the minute, but I prefer 800 still. I think it's not gone back yet. Definitely is giving me Logi vibes, this mouse, where it's been built. A little bit, sorry to say it, Razer. You can definitely use the same switches though as you can on the switching around. If you're not using the same micro switch style ones, little solder points on each corner. This is in pretty tight. I did some tests ages ago. I found I was more accurate with 800 for some reason. Maybe less sensor jitter or something weird. This is difficult to get out. Be careful. $35,000. Oh, you mean what's the max? He was asking me what do we use? I don't know. Not what the max is. He uses 3500 DPI. Absolutely rapid. And like sense 0.000001. So we're using the Daru switch, micro switch. It's interchangeable. Some kind of PCB. This is a small ribbon cable to put in here though. If that number helps anybody, I have no idea what that is. Put the latest and greatest on the full DPI. I like it. I like it. Give me it all. Under a gram, not bad. Give me all the sense. This mouse doesn't seem so mod friendly. Razer's modded it quite a lot, to be fair. I mean, it's going to be tough. Might get another 5 grams out of it, maybe. Looks like we've got 2 screws here as well. As time goes on, we'll see less modability. I hope we see more modability. I hope it's not giving us the option to like easily change switches and stuff, which kind of endgame gear are doing for us. You know, stuff like that. Maybe we could change the battery size ourselves, or you could pick it. Like, it should give us some of it. Maybe we could adjust the weight, like the old days, but maybe not quite as much weight like a 502. Or you can move. Some people have allowed us to like tweak the sensor positions, which hasn't always gone right. But the trend might switch the other way. I think we'll start seeing a different style of mouse coming out in a couple of years. Maybe more integrated into your hand, or I don't mean like the sensors embedded in your palm, but maybe like a glove or something. I don't know. Maybe Elon will come up with something good for us. He likes gaming. So. He's got an Endgame OP1. Let's give it stock, mod it in the future. Nice. Which version do you get? Do you get the OP1 WE, is it? Or XE? I can't remember. Or the 8K? How many years before the XM2W? I don't know. He must be having problems still with sensors. Might never come out. We might change it. WE. It's okay. I quite like that. This feels tight. I'm waiting to get my hands on the ATK-F1 Ultra model. I think I've seen that one before. You got a link? Interesting. M3 button. Ooh, exciting. Pretty standard score wheel from Razer. Something we haven't seen before. Yeah, give me a sec. You post a link. 1 sec. Let's give you permission because it's stilly. Yeah, should be able to post it, mate. Check it across. Hey, Bad, you're right, sir. Good to see you today, mate. You had a good week. Just taking apart the Viper V3 Pro and then the Keychron M4 we'll do next. .7 grams. Looks like they've sized them up, quite a thin rubber, so not the thickest. Commands on the V3 Pro, I did indeed. If people wanted to see it, so I made the purchase. A little bit pricey, I've got to say. I haven't tried it yet. Pure, you right, sir? Might give it a go on Grey Zone M3 V3 this week. Been better. Oh man, what's up now? Wheels come off again. Your radio blown up. Who thought hand modelling? These hands aren't for modelling, mate, I tell you. Too wrinkled now in my old age. You not you post your link. Walking dude. Damn. Oh, you said you were getting your glasses. Blind, that's obviously. Rare Keychron M4 getting some love. Yeah, we're going to take a look at it after this one, mate. Take it apart as well. I should have been chopping up today, but we'll certainly be taking a look. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, your new glasses will mess you up, mate, for a bit. They play with your eyes. You have to get used to them. You'll get used to them once you stop falling down the stairs and stuff. What happens when you're so blind? Can't get contacts. Your eyes are so bad, is that why? No, it's welcome, dude. Cheers, man.
I've got balls of steel.
Mind Revenge, is that? Mind's Revenge. Is this a volley man? How you doing? Bear with me.
I've got balls of steel.
Cheers to follow Rochelle Scream, is it? Idiom Man? Willikim. You may or may not come off your bike. Oh, not again, mate. Do we just fix that shoulder? You can try and make the Sora V2 lightweight. I will want to get our hands on one, mate. Trying to, David. Okay, the first time you've ignored it. I got mine done a while ago. Definitely worth it, mate. It'll take you a bit to get used to them for sure, though. I don't know yet, John. We've got to try out. I've used it. I can't use it personally. It's a bit too weird for fingertip for me, but I find it a bit jittery. But overall, it felt okay. I'll have to take a look at it, a bit more detail though. Yeah, it was a bit jittery for me, but we'll see. So this is what the PCB looks like. So it gives me Logi vibes. The mid-side button. I haven't seen one of these before. A little bit of a look. Hang off these switches. Good to see they kept the same generation of switches. You can swap them around if you really want. How's the Zara U2? I can't get one. Tried to get on Zara. Tried to find one in the shops. I cannot find a U2 at the minute. So I don't know. I'd like to see one. What version this is? I presume it's Gen 3 or whatever they are at the minute. Don't know. Hope it's as nice as it sounds for them. Give it a look. People look 2D. It's not making you feel like weirdly waving around everywhere and you lose like balance. Is it that bad? Won't take long to get used to them, mate. Is it a one-to-one? Carbon bike, is that yet? What's that? You broke 3 ribs this time just to get your other shoulder. Mate, you've just only got the other one fixed. Holy moly, do we have? We'll take a look at the bike weight balance, John, later, mate, on the M4. You modded the M3 Pro yet? Nope, not yet. How long before we see a hot swap PCB from Razer? I don't know, it'd be difficult. They have to make the bases all quite compatible and stuff. I don't think it's as easy as we like it to be. So they're rocking an 8mm TTC, blue, again, same as Logi. It's actually the same height encoder as well, ironically. What a weird switch for the scroll wheel 3. I haven't seen one like that before. It's like, anyone else seen that switch? Feels quite light, but never seen one. Until it's from Dayo again, or Day, I can never say that name. It's like the same people but different scroll wheel switch. It's like a micro one but with a slightly bigger zone to click on. Look at the micro ones. No. They've extended the plunger a little bit. Crazy one's like dog shit, yep, so I've heard. You need a minimum 32 gig of RAM, don't you? I mean, there isn't much content. I'll take a look at it on Friday, but I'm not expecting much. Goodbye, yes, no point. The content in Grey Zone just looks, I don't know. They were pushed out because they thought it could get some people away from Tarkov or get some money from people. That's what worries me. I'll have a look at morbid curiosity, but on Friday when we stream, we'll test this Razer V3 as well, which is why I won't mod it today. I'll try a stock. And then we've got this skeleton. Interesting. Feels pretty light. It's got to be like no more than 3 grams tops. Crashes so much, great. We've got crashing issues, brilliant. Ah, it's close. You get 50 FPS, 150 FPS. Yikes. So that means Stevie got the same spec, so we're expecting 90. Tarkov gets some. Tarkov ain't much better, let's be honest. It's like Tarkov's rocking 250 FPS here. Now we're looking at the shell, which we generally have quite a few problems with Razers, but they tried to tweak it slightly here. A bit of a bigger bridge maybe at the front, but the main part is they're still using rivets, plastic rivets, and especially on the sides. Focus. But they have put a screw in to try and stabilise some of the wobble, which I know they've been having. But is it fixed down? They're pretty rigid, them, to be fair. I mean, they're pretty firm now, so maybe the screws helped it. Decent amount of screws from this Razer one, unlike the rest recently. Because someone explained to me why they still use different screwdrivers for the base, but the standard screwdriver internals. Like, do you think people aren't going to have all access to all those screws anymore? Like, to open it, do you know what I mean? Didn't register. What the hell? It's a weightless screw. What, the same plane 4x3? You got to take in the mic, right? How many devs there are? I mean, in all honesty, taking the screws out has done pretty much nothing, I would say. Is it CPU bound again, rather than GPU bound? Is that on the issues with Grey Zone? Put a Game Boy screen next. I don't think we're going to see much FPS out of it. It's brand new, right? It's in beta. You have to accept it. Tarkov should have improved theirs by now. They've had a long time. Grey Zone's not been that much. So, I don't really see the point in the screws, because even once you take them out, they're still sat in like a ditch. They're not going to go sideways because they're not going to. And they're riveted anyway, so it's not like that's causing a flex. We haven't got any blocker for pre-travel on the sides, but we didn't see any on that, to be fair. How much we can show here. Just a little bit here to stop people pulling the button up forwards. Not too much movement in them. Not bad, but you really can see he's got this side bit, but yeah, I don't know. Seems okay. Main complaint would be they're using plastic rivets still, but anyhow. They're certainly a lot firmer in this one, to be fair. They took the wobble out. To optimise your PC. Mine is rebuilding, I think. It just keeps turning off at the minute. I'm assuming something's not right. Maybe overheating. Got the aircon on tonight as well. What do you reckon the weight? Just to determine if I need to retire or not. I'm gonna have to go 14 grams. I'm going. Oh my days. Forgot about the buttons. Holy moly. Don't. Like I said, 22 grams I reckon it would be. Really, 22 grams? Retirement time. Must be. I was well off. Part of my mind didn't think about the main button still being on, but it's ironic as it's not that much lighter, that shell, than the Beast X. So I'll try out the bottle cap. People say it's got device can open a beer with the back of it. So I need to try that on the medium perhaps. We chip the paint. Et voila. Apex, how you doing, man? Could you review the Keychron, is it M3 metal? I'll have a look. Well, we got the M4 the mate one, so we'll have a look at it if we can. I can optimize the base so much, but the top is so heavy. I have no idea. Right. Doesn't even look that thick. Like, it looks like it's pretty thin. These are normally 3 grams each. Let's say these are 3 grams. They're 6 grams, 18 grams shell. That's a lot of shell. 18 grams is a lot for a shell. Side buttons maybe 2 grams, so 16 grams for the shell. It's all built in, but I mean, where's the extra weight in it? Because it's not exactly, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say it was rigid. It's more rigid at the top here, at the front, but at the back it's not what you expect because of the way it's been built. But I don't know. Where's the weight? It's not the thickest. It's pretty thin. Don't know. Don't know where the weight is. Recently ordered the Regen R1 Pro. Nice. Wasn't a fan of the R1. I prefer the F1. It's the rivets. I don't get the rivets. I mean, these are actually got pretty good protection from wobble. A lot better than Logitech. Give them that. I mean, these ones are like, let's see what the bad mouse wobble's like. They say to me, like, oh, when I push around, the mouse moves slightly to the left. I mean, it does on these. There's no way you can stop that. You can't stop that shift, and that's just the way the crappy buttons are. Like, look at that. From Logi. It's a V1, but the V2 is just as bad. Whereas Razer's definitely sorted that out. No. Overall, I think, you know, Razer's certainly done some good improvements here on the building of this quality. Razer's certainly done some improvements with the build quality. Don't like the front skate still. I like the way they put it together now as one piece though, but still a bit weird. Not rounding it enough. It's still going to catch on some pads, I think. I don't like the plastic rivets still. I've just got something against it. Although these do seem a lot better than the Hyperspeed, for instance. Seems to have made some changes from that. Base is nicer. Inner skeleton. Tiny ass PCB. Like, I wouldn't even touch the Hyperspeed. I'd have this one all day long. I don't like the coating. Coating's too smooth. Don't know how they're still messing up coatings these days in most companies, but here we go. And it feels a bit of a Logitech clone with like the way they've done the PCBs and bits, like taking some on the skeleton. Definitely give me a Logi vibe, but definitely built better than a cheaper X anyway. That's my opinion. Increase only cost you 4. At least you got that from the giveaways, mate. Congrats. The solution makes the buttons squeak. What the you got a second OP1W. And which one's squeaking? So? Okay, so flat. Anyone else jumped on the $250 edition of Tarkov? Hell no. I wouldn't buy it for that reason. I'm glad to see a lot of the streamers boycotting it. That's what we needed. It was a bad move from that from Tarkov, the devs. I quite fancy playing the offline mode, and I wasn't very happy when they turned around and told us I've got to pay another $100 because I've got the EOD. I was not happy. It was a bit naughty. And then they tried to make us out for 6 months, and now they've gone back the other way. Bear with me a sec. For some reason, my main PC at the minute just keeps turning off. I literally just turned itself off. If it wasn't, I couldn't find the cursor. It's like it's not turning on. But it's gone some power saving mode. Not, I don't know. 6 months was a kick in the nuts. It was indeed. Is that the Viper V3 Pro? It is indeed. Oh yeah, make me a cup of tea. Cheers, Bob. Hey? No? What? No, let's make me a cup of tea. He's off the drugs. Yeah, cold aircon. It's 30 degrees in here. It's sweating my nuts off. Oh, yeah, a little bit. Just throw it in. I don't even want to repeat what she just did there, Paul. Should I consider getting it? Or the WL Mouse Beast? Like, doesn't he mean the Beast? The Beast is really good. I prefer the Beast. Cheers, love. Can't see that. You safe? Here you'd be in, but here you can. You can't. Get in. One can see that. Weirdo. Probably 6 grams from the antenna. It's a bit of a beast. It kind of leans it a bit further forward, the antenna, doesn't it? I think I still prefer the Beast. I actually quite like the Ultralight X. Only because I don't particularly like the shape of this Viper. I prefer the other Viper. I think it's the front. And the cone's a bit smooth, but this is just a good Razer mouse for a change. You know, I'm not going to beat on it, 'cause I think it's actually alright from Razer. The last one, the Dave 3 or Death Adder V3, and the Hyperspeed wasn't particularly good. V3, didn't like that at all. And the Cobra's confused. It should have been a Viper Mini, and they should have just made it as a Viper Mini. But this one, yeah, this one's right. If you don't mind the shape and that, it's been built well. Definitely the better one they put out recently. So it seems so average. It is a little bit average, Troy. Like I say, not really seeing anything that jumps out. Bit of a Logitech inspiration, I would say. Good implementation of it. Perhaps why it's a bit better. But yeah, there's nothing revolutionary here. In fact, I prefer to see the other Viper shape, the Viper V2 Pro shape, upgraded to have this kind of spec. But hey, 50 series cards are launching soon. You'll get it or stick with the 4090. I mean, Logic says to me, Stevie, that I should stick to the 4090 because I didn't see any upgrade from the 3090. of the games I'm playing. But I'll probably end up getting a 59, just because why not? But I won't bother. I don't think anything's going to give us the advantage. Should stick with my 3900k as well, not the 400k, so no increase. Soups! It's in a bit worse shape. Let's put it back together. Oh, it's nice to see Razer's making some movements in the right direction, let's say, on this one. Let's look at the Keychron next. Friday we'll test out Grey Zone and we'll give this a test. I'm not going to mod it today because I want to take it for spin stock. But we'll take it for a test in Grey Zone, see what it's like. Give the proper thoughts, and then we'll come back and mod it. Here's the first one here. Oh, you were, mate. You've just been quiet. I'm sorry, sir. I mentioned no 3D printing. That's what did it. Just my tea, bro. We'll get the guys with you cup of tea. Christ, it's hot. A bit warm. A bit moly. Mr. Fallout Friday, what do you reckon? To make a better brew than me or not? I'll see whether you're making a better brew than me or not. Looks a bit more milky, to be fair. See you later. On this one, Chris, I'm not going to do it today, but you'll probably get another 5 grams out of it, I would say. You get down to 50, maybe just below. Not too hard, Rob. Yeah, you missed up Fallout, mate. Tut tut. Playing Baldur's Gate. I don't ever play Baldur's Gate. I was hoping Grey Zone was going to fill a gap which I've got in my heart at the minute for gaming, but it didn't. Could I also go for Razer V3 high speed as a Razer Viper V3 Pro? Pretty high in my state. What cost? I don't like the Hyperspeed V3, but I don't mind the V3 Pro Apex personally. Where's the cat? I don't know where they are. I've got 5, but they're all downstairs, I think. I've got the aircon on, so they're a bit windy, it's a bit colder now. She didn't add as much milk as me. You haven't laughed though. You need to get your eyes tested, pure. Also something in it. What's that? It's more milky. Look at it. Hey, Fi Demon, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Mine's near white. Not the milk back. Any more rubber mouse words for the beast you can recommend? Do you know what, matching scroll wheels is difficult. You're going to have to go through most of my teardowns, mate, and have a look. I've measured most of them. An example, that might actually fit. It's hard to tell. You have to look at the teardown, but you can see it just in there. But you have to try, they're very difficult to change scroll wheels. They're all slightly different. Or Reese's tea. Should probably put oat milk in it, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'd be concerned. Put some dodgy milk in it. Should maybe, should maybe jam on toasty bars then? Smells alright. Smells like tea. Yeah, she's vegetarian, isn't she? Just soy milk and oat milk. I actually have soy milk in the coffee, but not in my tea. So she tried to poison me last time. She made me a cup of tea and she made it with Yorkshire's jam on toast tea. Tried that? Oh my days. Don't have it. This is the encoder, the blue one. It's TTC 8mm, and that's the wheel, obviously. Obs. Will there be a showdown between the Beast-X Mini? Which one? Suicide? What are you looking for? I'm just going to do a Ultralight X and Mini showdown if it's not a chance, or do you want me to do the Mini and the medium Beast-X together, you mean? Is the Beast-X comfortable? What kind of a lower palm claw grip? I kind of like palm it. Palm claw. Here's the medium one, which I actually prefer this colour. It's dark colour. And this is the mini, and that's the main, obviously. But I was a fan of the medium. The only problem with the medium is, number one, was I don't like the bigger fins at the back here. It focuses. They're a bit too big. My thumb kind of sat on them, and then I found I couldn't reach the front button that easily. I had to like almost turn the mouse. So, but the shape was better. Whereas the mini, mine's a 18 by 9 hand. I found the mini. I'm actually holding the thinner fins here, which are actually better, and I can reach the scroll wheel. But I find them probably a little bit small for my grip. I kind of claw hybrid, claw palm. So palm that a bit more, claw that a bit more. Don't know. Nice colour out there. That one's pretty nice. Kind of more like the Razer shape, I guess, a little bit shorter. Any tilted wheel light mods on the market? I haven't seen any, mate. The only one that has a lighter tilted wheel is the Basilisk. What's that doing about cat lip? Blue or green top milk? I just use semi-skimmed. Yeah. Semi. I don't know what the different coloured tops are now. It just drives me insane. These are the B-Stex. WL B-Stex ones. This is the medium and that's the small. Basically a final mouse clone. Chinese mice on the rise, yep. Getting all the blueprints now so they can clone them all perfectly. That's one thing we're not seeing from China. If a bit like the ultralight and the B-Stex, the B-Stex I actually really like. The trouble is it annoys me it's a clone. So, but I am actually maining them at the minute. I guess if you say I'm maining them, I'm not maining them because tomorrow we're playing with a V3 Pro, but I quite like them at the minute. Press the mouse into your lower palm with your thumb and pinky finger. I found the holes a little bit irritating, so you always put grip tape over it though. So. It's the bigger fins I didn't like on the B-Stex. The smaller ones are okay, so like these ones are okay for me. I don't mind these, but I don't like these. These are just too big. Used to have a little click as well, this on the side, but it's gone now. Taking it apart, put it back together. Maybe it's still there. I've done a teardown of that if you've not seen it. I think I've released it yet actually. I need to do that. I've not got a few released on my channel, so I need to get them out. A bit awkward to get this cable back in. So we'll put this back together, then we'll check out the Keychron. And then I'll test this out on Friday's stream. If you're watching already Friday streams, you can do as a giveaway. I'll give away a Keychron this Friday actually. And we'll test the Viper V3 out. We'll give away one of these on stream on Friday. You have to use your points when you're watching me. So when you're watching me on Twitch, you then can use those points in giveaways. Normally a minimum's a $25 Steam voucher, which is what Pure was using to buy Grey Zone. And then use it for the buttons, I think. And sometimes get mice as well. Exactly, use a bit of grip tape, Fire Demon to remove any of the holes if you want. Adds a bit of weight. I'm not particularly a grip tape fan, but certainly a way to get around any annoying sides you don't like. You got to see the mini one, Suicide, right one. So pretty sure it's 35 grams. Let's check. Got the dot skates on there as well. Just put that out. And there's a mini, a little medium. 5 grams heavier, pretty good. I think they're the lightest default mice out at the minute for the sizes, from what I've seen. So, could be slightly wrong there, but pretty sure I am not. Is there any tilted lightweight mouse on the market? Not that I know of, sir. You going to struggle. So you're looking at like 502, 502X, things like the Basilisk. So there's none of that are like ultralight as such. Basilisk probably the lightest one. Enjoy the Lurkfly Demon. Wish Razer would release just like barrage of switches that we can put in these mice, because they're so easy to hot swap these. It's a perfect socket. Are you gonna put it up here, are you, when you're finger tipping? Quite far back there, mate, if you're up here. Holy moly. But yeah, I can see why I wouldn't want to. Put this back together, take a look at the Keychron. Would you reckon you're liking the Viper? I think this is somewhat you look at. I think it's better what we're seeing here from Razer. I think it's an improvement. They're on the right track again. One thing you think about, people think about mice is, I think people think, like the non-nerd mice geeks, like obviously we are, because we're sitting here watching me take apart mice, but people think a mouse is just a mouse, but they're not. Like the slight adjustments in shape and stuff and things, especially when you start playing at a higher level, make quite a difference to get comfortable with and things. But like the modding, I like the modding. To me is because you want to tailor that extra last 5%. Like the mouse might be pretty much perfect. I reckon this V3 Pro would be pretty good for a lot of people. You might just tweak the pre-travel, it's got a little bit of pre-travel. Maybe want to tweak the skates a little bit. Maybe adjust some of the weight balance, which I didn't check actually. We'll have a look in a minute. Those finer adjustments. I mean, put it all back together. It's like annoying they've put the smaller connector on. It'd be awkward to get a battery for it. It's good to see they put a 300 milliamp battery in here. This is the lightest 300 milliamp battery I've seen on. I reckon if you did a weight mod on this, we might get 5 grams out of it. You've missed 2 screws out there, top PCB. No! And the maybe Razer's finally listening to us a little bit, because the last ones have been pretty bad build quality. This one's decent. We lost one screw, didn't we, actually? Oops. Looking for us, got a few clips. If you want to see me using this on Friday, that's what I'll be doing. Testing out Razer. See what it's like. If Razer bores me, I'll play some Valorant. These things take photos. Do. The mouse market at the minute is just like so many coming out there, don't you think? There has been. I can't keep up on my day-to-day job or life. He's gone nuts. Come through the roof, baby. People always say to me how to put the mouse back together. Easy pie. I like to see Razer take away the screws a little bit, but I'm just try and use clips. But I guess the screws do just notch up, just tighten about a little extra bit at the end. But I'll trim out a new screwdriver soon. I still refuse that. I can't find it when I sort the room out. So I can use the tips for it, like the add-ons. Right. Nobody's gonna know. I'll stick these down. I shouldn't. A bit of adhesive on this, I'll give them that. You got the cup of tea? Yeah, a bit of cat hair. Meow. Yeah, back to normal. A little bit of a adhesive there, maybe. We'll give it a spin now on Friday. See what it's like. And give a true impression of what I think about it. See if it's any better than the Hyperspeed for a start. Personally, I think it's better than Hyperspeed. And now, time for the Keychron. This little one's going to be interesting. Fingertip. I tried to play with it. It's just difficult to play with the Keychron. Like it was just too jittery for me. And that's probably the smallest I can go with, like a medium or something. But so Keychron M4, tiny fingertip mouse. I've used this one. I've played around with it. Give it a spin. Look at it, man. This thing is microscopic. Here's the Beast X Mini. And a G Pro Superlight next to it. Look at it. It's like the baby of a G Pro Superlight now. What do you think of the VXER1 Pro? I don't like it for some reason. I have got one. I don't know why I don't like it. And the buttons, there's a lot, absolutely monstrous amount of pre-travel in it. Pebble. It was okay. I prefer the Pulsar if I picked one, personally. I like the VGN Pro, F1. That was okay. I'm not a fan of it. It's a Pebble. So this is the fingertip mouse. I mean, it is a fingertip mouse. Look at it. So 18 by 9 hand. How small it is. I found when I was using it, like, probably more like that for me. I found it was very, very twitchy. It's weird how the sensor was sideways, but I could still use the side buttons. And I think on the G-Wolf's HSK, I can't remember now, on the mini one, HSK Pro maybe. Don't know, I found them difficult to reach. These ones are quite good, they kind of sit back. I do like the shape at the back here. You can get your thumb just in the ridge of it, so it's a nice shape in terms of that for fingertip. HSK, yeah, that's it. Cheers. I mean, for a fingertip, I think it's one of the better shapes. I prefer it over the M1K, M2K, I prefer the HSK, but I just couldn't get used to it. It was so twitchy. Switch-wise, USB-C, a little bit of pre. Scroll wheel's okay, it's a little bit small, but good side buttons. Decent sized skates for the size of it. Needs to be wide if your hand, yeah. It almost, I just felt so narrow for me. I almost like, what I'm looking for at the minute, I think, is, now don't judge me on my Ultralight X mod here, but not that much difference in size, but the width of it's better, like Dorito says. On my fingertip Ultralight X, like, I almost want this width of a mouse, but maybe shorter, maybe? I can't do that because the PCB on this one, but whereas this is like, I feel like my hand's a bit like that, whereas this one feels a bit more natural, maybe. I don't know what the weight is, 30 grams or something, let's have a look. I don't think it's as light as you think. So actually, here you go, 37.6 grams, right? Now, if you take the Beast X Mini, the Beast X Mini is lighter. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but yeah, there's quite a different size in the mice there. I think it's a bit more cut out, solid mouse, but you get the point. Someone said the weight was funny on it. I mean, it's quite a nice shape, like I say. Got a big ass hump on it. My girly hands. Yeah, true, mate. Weeny hands. Mrs. Bobby like this, to be fair, my missus. What's the balance like? Someone wanted to look. I don't know, actually. It's definitely rare. It's about there. Which is where you're kind of going to grip it. It's in line with the sensor, to be fair. It felt like a bit more rear, but it's kind of there. My dog had the final mouse. Remember what we tried to do with the final mouse? They were saying it was 29 grams, weren't they? So we had to, if you remember, with the final mouse, we had to get it down to 29 grams, and that's how we did it. So I'm not sure they were quite telling us the truth, because that's what we had to do to get down to 29 grams. Granted, it's a medium. I think it was 44 grams to start. 24 grams max. 24 grams is low though, mate. I know what you're saying. It shouldn't be 37, 24. I think the MK2 wired, has got side buttons, is 25 grams. We got down to 19, I think, chopping up. The
I've got balls
HSK
of
Pro is 30,
steel.
31 grams, I think. So 37, 38 is pretty heavy. Oreos in my mind. Cheers, man, for the follow. How you doing, man? Oreos on mid, is it? Good man. Well, I do kind of like the shape of it. For a fingertip mouse, this is pretty cool. I think. I wouldn't say it's bad, it's USB-C, but it is heavy. 37 grams is heavy. Let's leave this out in case we want to have a chat around it. But yeah, I don't know, it's a bit weird. I quite like the button shape on it. Don't know. But it is small. I find it very difficult to play as a fingertip. You're gonna need a much smaller hand than my 18x9. It was difficult. I almost needed to like roll my finger back a little bit like that, which I wouldn't use. Like, interesting to see how small it is when you check it. You got Bluetooth as well. You got whole rate DPI on the bottom. There's quite a lot of features. It still freaks me out. Like I say that the sensitive weird way around. Hey ho. Size wise, small. That 86 along the front with the button not pressed. So it's 51 grams. It's almost like a MZ1. There's the button pressed. It's like a small office mouse. It's like when you take into an office meeting with you do like a quick presentation, don't you? You just whip out this out your bag. Good travel mouse. I think it's too thin, like it's in too narrow. It needs to be a bit wider. Interesting to see why it's so heavy as well. I'll take this apart. I'm giving away one on Friday's stream, so make sure you're watching us on that day. You get one of these puppies, unmolested. It's quite low, 31 grams, 32 grams. Height's quite low as well, but you don't really need that because obviously it's fingertip. It's not designed for full palm. Decent width and buttons though. And a bit narrower than most, but not bad. Just roll wheel, about as wide as a G Pro Superlight. I still use the trackpad over it. Oh man, brutal. Trackpad is difficult. Sometimes when I was playing, just doing Scavrons and Tarkov, I use the trackpad. It's horrible. My laptop. These are quite narrow, these. I've killed someone with a trackpad though. PMC was quite fun. Whack whack. Sensor position, so I wanted to check. Center, the dot, that's what we're looking at, is slightly off, but it looks slightly forward. It is slightly forward, sensor. Not much, but definitely is. It's just in line with the front button. The buttons feel pretty good. There's a lot of pre on the front one, on the main, on the right one. You see that there, especially higher up the front. I mean, there's a lot of that. That's a lot of pre there. And I feel like this would be more susceptible. It's not bad where the switch is there, but you're generally going to be down at the front because of the size of it. And I'd probably have a slightly less hard press main. One of the problems you have, or I have, is because the size of my hands, it's hard to push things, but because you've got quite a thin grip, like quite a narrow hand grip. Overall, probably one of the better shaped fingertip mice I've seen, to be fair. For the shape of it, it's a little bit heavy for like its size, but that kind of helps maybe with stability. So one of the problems I slid with this one was it's quite jittery when I was trying to aim. That gets worse the lighter the mouse generally. You're modding office mice now, Dorito in the office. Goated mouse for fingertip enjoyers? Yeah. It's certainly up there, I think. Reckon the pink dots get mushy? It was alright, that's quite nice. Interesting to see what it's like in a teardown. Overall, certainly worth looking at for fingertip, and it's wireless as well, so the weight's probably the bigger battery, which we'll find out in a teardown, but it's not bad. I'd like it a little bit wider, I think, with my only thought. Coating wise, there's a slight texture. It looks like it's pretty resistant to fingerprints. Not too bad. So I've used it, and it's pretty well built. It's not very creaky. Can maybe just about spread the booty if I wanted, but I've got to squeeze it pretty over squeeze that, to be fair. And I'd say the buttons are a little bit thin on the top main switches, but not pretty good. Good for what it is. Good for what it is. What's that doing, you know? Funny story, we were interviewing a new guy for AV. Someone's CV, they are currently working at Babe Station. Brilliant. How things still going? Asking for a friend. Making me laugh. Right, let's take her apart. Can't tell. I think the skate's offset on the bottom right. I think it's messing me up, like it looks like it's slightly tilted, but I think it's the actual skate winding me up. Let's see what this thing's like. I'm interested to see what this one's like inside. I'm still using the original OG Zippo. This is brand new, but still on the old school one, man. Still holding out. Time to take this apart. Full of innuendos, you reckon, do you? Surely it's got to be worth staying there, you know what I mean? Skates are rounded on this sign. It's good to see this not having round skates. This is the Keychron M4 wireless, this in black. These do not feel the best quality skates. Oh, some chap going past. It's got to be a moped, that. Maybe you can hear that. What's the weight of the Keychron? Good point. It's a little bit heavy for a fingertip. 37.6. Compare that to a Beast-X Mini. So, given the size difference, but it's a bit more holy, obviously. It's got a little bit of weight to it. What's that? His missus found the job. I'll give it a sec to show the width again. Bear with me. We're not paying attention, ZD. Give me a sec. A little bit higher than you think. So maybe a mil higher than normal. Only like 8 mil, 7 mil. So, interesting. The width, there you go. I think it's 51. Let me check. It's a little bit narrower than you want, I would say. It's like a MZ1. That's with the button not pressed in at the middle. Front's a little bit wider. And the rear, it's definitely got a bit more of a rear. I prefer the rear on it. It's quite nice for your thumb. 54. No problem. I think what Keychron would try to do here was give you, rather than a super light mouse, and at the end of the day, mice do need a little bit of weight to stabilise them a little bit. Trying to give you more of the shape and the fingertip style than the lightest mouse in the world. See you later, Scooters. Cheers, dropping in, buddy. Have a good one. GG. Just for the subs, man. Appreciate it, buddy. The skates are a little bit cheap on this. So that naff black PTFE could do the upgrade them a bit. As we would say in the UK, they're a bit snide. I think people still say that in the UK. I'm getting old now. Slightly different thicknesses this gate. Interesting. And good news, the front one doesn't have a screw, only one in the rear, and even better, it's a standard screwdriver. Yeah. Bonus. There's a bonus point. Maybe we should start scoring these. Get a bonus point for that. This label looks expensive and large. Pointless. Like we can just take this off and save half a gram. Maybe not. It's got a weird coating. There we go. Gives me Razer vibes, this label. You look off particularly clean. Whoops. Must be the battery, I think. 0.25 a gram there. It's going to be the battery in the rear. Because they want to keep it so, because it's probably a 2.5. So probably a 250 milliamp, I reckon. That's my guess. I don't actually know. So some of the smaller fingertips like HSK, I think it's got a smaller battery. We could do 300. Interesting. There you go. Bigger battery. Like I said, I don't think they're particularly going for the lightest mouse here. They're going for a fingertip shape. So. Again, another company. You can. I guess they're trying to do it to stop that, but it doesn't actually need a screw, in my opinion. It would stop people maybe complaining they can flex it if they want to hook grip it, but. That's some of the sacrifices they're going to have to start making to get the mice even lighter at the minute. It's got a beast of a battery. Damn, Sam! That's definitely where the weight is. Sure, these come from nowhere. This company, I don't know. People started talking about it. I thought I'd check them one out, but they actually sent me one to check out. To be fair, I've got a Bluetooth chip, which is cool. Crazy battery life using one can. I don't even turn off my, so they might just leave them on. But 1000 hertz. I thought, yeah, you should get more than a week out of that. It's pretty good. It's $33.95, I think, isn't it? It's got the nicer. It's got I think his favourite switches in it. Pures. The Hiranu translucent pink dots. Is it worth it then, bro? I say it's a good fingertip mouse. I personally don't get on with it because of the shape for me, in terms of like it's a bit jittery for me, but I think it's one of the better fingertips out there. Hasn't got much competition. You've got the M2K, which is wired. It doesn't have side buttons. You've got the HSK Pro, is it? That's probably the only comp for it. But yeah, I'd say it's better than the HSK Pro. Further shape, further a little bit more of a booty on it. How does it weigh more than a Beast X Mini? Exactly. That shows you how good those Beast X are. Both of them are good. These are both really light. Like, they're going to be hard to beat. You can find a mouse struggling. The OGs though. HSKs are expensive. Yeah, price point of view, this is good. Look at the main shell. First thing I like, no plastic rivets. It's a bonus. There's a little bit of a thing you could do. You could actually save weight by not having the LED that big, and like a screw if they're looking to save a little bit of weight off straight off the bat of their manufacturing. Some of these massive fins, like maybe that's to stop the flex on the top, but you don't need like, you know what I mean? That's the only rival I can see to the HSK, to be fair. I like the fact they put a bigger battery in it. Could always reduce it for people if they wanted. They actually gave 2 options, but I guess that makes it a bit more difficult to manufacture. 250 would be okay, innit? Even a 200. Is it possible to remove some weight from the base mini? Always. You can definitely. I've done it on the Pulsar, and that's where they can get this vibe from. You can just trim these down more. Take out some here, take out some here. Trim out them. Yep, definitely. If you wanted. Then you could look at taking out some of these extra ridges, but you start playing with the magnesium integrity, so be careful. Oh, man, up with the bins out. Amateur mistake. Yeah, a bit more fingertip. I think the problem is not many people use that much fingertip. In terms of like, I don't know. It's a couple more. It's not the most common grip, I guess. Not when it's tiny. We need some wider fingertips, I would say. As I said before. So I found a mouse that made a fingertip mouse. But I'll show you there's not a massive market. Like I like the width. This has been a bit more butchered, but the width of it's better. You can shrink that down to the similar length and stuff, and just keep the width of it. Because we're not after lightweight at this point. It's gonna be 40 grams anyway. Like, but I prefer the width of it. So. The old glass bin, mate. The old glass bin of shame at 10:30. I always take mine out. Neighbours can kiss it. What a grave mistake. Neighbours are going to be upset now, mate. We said they were thin, these mains. You can see that. And that does play into it. I think there's a certain limit of how thin you can make main switches, because you get this flex. And that is easy to feel when you're pressing it, so you got to be careful how thin they make these. One of the reasons why when I mod them, I don't tend to chop out too much, because I think you can feel it. See, the 1.5 grams, they're quite thin though. I think the HSK Pro did the same thing, if I remember rightly, and that's one of the things I griped about it. Making the main switches buttons too thin. Trying to save weight. Hey yo, Ultra X Pro coming in here. You recommend it or nah? Yeah. I just what's pro about it, to be fair. But yeah, it's okay. We've already done the V3 Pro still, that is. We took it apart already. I'll do some mods on it when I've tested it. Testing it on Friday stream, playing Grey Zone, but already took it apart. If you look further back on the VOD, you should see it now. The Takara, or whatever it is. I'm probably trying to get one of the ultralight ones, I think, and see whether any difference is, but because I like to take it apart, so. But I wouldn't buy one unless you haven't got an Ultralight X. Like, the Ultralight X is generally pretty good. I wouldn't swap my Ultralight X, like a stock one, to another Pro. I mean, unless you particularly want the switches, but just do it yourself. Main switches. These are quite small, these mains. Side buttons from this. Lightweight, 0.5 gram. So I tried to save a lot of the weight to get the battery in, maybe, on this. That pretty much leaves the main shell. See how many better with this gas. Captain Morgan's everywhere, mate. Do not, what's the word? Underestimate out. They've made a Captain Morgan's alcohol free now, have you seen that? About 8 grams. Forgot to guess. What are the best dot skates? I think anything that's just PTFE is fine. So I like some of the artisan ones, which are a little bit harder to get, and I like the Tiger Ice ones, Tiger Dots. There's alcohol-free Captain Morgan's. I'm sure I've seen it recently. I meant to tell him. I'm not a fan of dot skates though, because I find they dig into pads. I don't actually see the benefit in them. Maybe on faster, harder pads, maybe, but I'd rather have larger skates that give me a better control and don't dig in. Like as a weight reduction, I won't be changing my skates. They're pretty fundamental to it. You could have done what Razer's done here and thin the cable out if you want to save a bit of weight as well on the connector. It's a pretty, it might be the 1mm or 1.25mm JST. I think it's the 1.5. It's called Captain Boring. Alcohol-free Captain Morgan's, I don't get it. I did try some alcohol-free Guinness the other week because my mate left some when he was around because he was driving, so fair enough. It wasn't too bad. I wouldn't go to the pub and have it. Well, maybe I would if I was driving, but it's a beast of a battery for a little mouse. Didn't seem to affect the weight that much, but it certainly made it put the weight back a little bit. You could change the battery in it if you wanted to try and help the weight. If the weight was too much in the back for you. That's a pretty heavy, 7 grams nearly a battery there. I said that if you looked like 2.5 as a final mouse one. So you've already saved 2 grams by putting that in it, do you know what I mean? That's a 240, I think. 250 milliamp. Might help the balance a little bit. But you do lose a bit of battery, so I don't think 50 milliamps can make much difference. Definitely some benefits not there, mate, agreed. It's Hawanu? Yeah. Hawanu micro switches, everybody's using these side buttons at the minute. I just want full size switches back. I'm all about weight reduction, but I think there's a certain point where we have to accept certain things do sacrifice, like putting micro switches as the main soon if we're not careful, do you know what I mean? Saves a bit of weight. I'm going to weigh one now, see what the difference is. Morbid curiosity. So Bob, does this mean you're not streaming on Friday? No, I am streaming Friday, sir. We'll be testing out the Razer Viper V3 Pro on Grey Zone, or if I get bored of that, or it's crashing or whatever, we'll play on Valorant. But we'll be using the Razer Viper V3 Pro. So we've got, as a bit of a weight test, we've got the micro switch and a Rhino Blue Dot. So that's what the difference is. Let's see what they're saving. Maybe 0.5 of a gram, I doubt it. 0.25 of a gram maybe, as a main. So yeah, maybe 0.3 of a gram. So I guess on a mouse you're saving, I don't know, half a gram maybe, changing switches to micro. Valve's got an update. Ooh, okay. Did it reset then? What do you think? Is the Beast X Mini good in terms of size and weight ratio? It's the lightest mouse out there for its size, I think. I prefer the mini, prefer the medium, sorry. So I prefer this shape to the mini. But I prefer my thumb position on the mini. I don't prefer it on the medium because it sits here. So my thumb sits here, which is one of the things I said about the review. And then I feel I can get the bigger fins, and I'm also an extremely long way to reach the mains at the front. These front switches are too far forward for me. Overall, I like it. The mini's a little bit small for me. But it's still good. And my thumb moves up, but it kind of, I sacrifice that then for the shape, so. It's a good mouse, yep. BF 2042's got a new map. Meh. I lost BTF 2042 interest when they messed around as well. Although I heard Battlefield are working on a new game, but you know, I've been a BF fan all my life until 2042 came out. So I've had BF5 to be fair. Brum boy. You'll see me on YouTube in a bit. No, I've been a little bit quiet on YouTube. I will drop some more videos. I've just been sorting out some stuff in RL, like work. So apologies. I'll be back. Hopefully, I can get back into my usual stream. I'll be streaming Friday as well. So playing Grey Zone and giving away one of these Keychron M4. So get your points, and you can use that in the giveaway on Friday. Let's see what Grey Zone's like. And we'll test out the Razer as well at the same time. Always giving some away. I am the one. thing's like a weird sticker holding for the to raise the battery up. I'm hoping Grey Zone's going to save me, but looking at all the reviews and stuff, I'm not sure it's going to do this for you. I was enjoying I was enjoying Tarkov, but I'm too far behind now. Can't find a game to play. I do fancy playing Manalog, but no one would see me play that. God damn it. Played Fallout last Friday, but I got a bit bored of that, to be fair. I think I'm just getting old. I think it's good in terms of how it's built and the shape of it. Like, I like the thumb part of this Keychron, but it's not for me in terms of, like, I struggled to use it when I played it in Tarkov. It was way too jittery for me, but that's not their fault. I think it's just I can get used to the fingertip in Tarkov. So the gripe I've got, I guess, is the thinness of the mains. The actual main button itself's a bit thin. Check out a new game called Grey Zone. Nope, we will do Friday. I've not played it yet. I've seen some videos on it and stuff. I was watching it way before the Tarkov drama, so I think they may have pushed it out just because of that though, which does concern me. But we'll give it a go on Friday. I have no idea what to expect. We need GTA 6. We do, but I fear for GTA 6 to microtransactions, and I'm trying to push us to play online rather than single player, which I've always loved GTA for, or even just good multiplayer. Like GTA 5 was struggling for multiplayer. You know, maybe playing a bit more with RP and stuff, but I don't know. All these game companies now, like if you look at like Netflix, and everyone's trying to get into the gaming world. They're just trying to make so much money out of it. They're killing, in my opinion, what gaming's about, gameplay. So trying to make money out of it too much. Be there Friday, good to hear, mate. We'll see what it's like. See if my PC can run it. I need to rebuild it, I think. My PC's playing up. The main one keeps turning off. The 4900K that we built and had loads of problems with, it's just turned itself off this last week. I don't know if it's heat. I'll put the aircon in there on now, but we'll see. I'll have to match consoles. I'm playing. I've always played on my console first, GTA actually. So I agree. I'm not waiting for the PC version, but I'll play on console. Right, there's all little bits on it. Got an Xbox Series X, is it? Whoever the latest one is, can I remember the name? Sold my PS5. There's no use for it. Bobby's not the PC builder. I don't think I've lost my touch. No, this latest one and the last few I built have been whole. I blamed AMD for my issues, but this Intel one's causing me problems now. I think it's the DDR5 RAM, and that's what my problem is. All the new ones have built DDR5 RAM's just been unstable for me. It's got a lot of screws there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a couple on the front as well. They're kind of like dual PCB this. So let's have a look. These are big, these ones for the motherboard. Definitely shrink these down a bit. Well, actually, the lower thread, bigger head, so to speak. DDR5 soups. What RAM you put in your soups? Quite a lot of screws for small mouses. I think it actually could be heat because of my 4900K. I need to get a new I/O for it. Yeah, so using DDR4 makes sense. Bailed out. Corsair's always been good to me on RAM, but I've had to change it out now. I think I've got, I can't remember what I'm running in my new one. G Skill now. Was that my AMD? I can't remember. You've got a little connector here for both PCBs to hold them together. It's a bit of a weird design, this PCB, the way they built this. Careful that you don't damage it, taking those pins out. You'll take the little Beast X Mini. Everyone loves the Beast X Mini, this one. Everybody loving it. How you doing? S3BA, is it? Can't say it. Seabass, is it? Took me a minute. How you doing, mate? Oops. Got a power button, right? See what they're using in here. MCU and stuff. So it's using a Nordic N52840. Nice. MCU. Everyone seems to be loving that one now over the CompuX. And they've also branded it the Keychron 3395. I understand why people basically got the same sense, but they got their own firmware, I guess. I don't know. Like Razer have always been doing it. See what she weighs. Pretty well built, this Keychron, to be fair. 5.5 grams. Given its size. Normally a bit cheaply built. This has been put together pretty well. This one boy, I think it's possible to somehow cut the right side of the mouse 2 off with these steps. Make some room for your ring finger. But on the Mini, I think it's possible to cut the right side button. What, like cutting like off here, you mean, or on the edge? Is that what you mean? Okay. Yes, you could cut it like along that line there, if that's what you wanted. But the problem you're going to have is you're still going to have this frame here in the way. I know what you mean. You kind of like catching like that, are you? Kind of how you're holding it. I'll show you a bit easy. You love this colour. Everyone's loving this like light lavender colour, purple. I prefer this one. I prefer the darker purple, a more metallic-y. Looks cute. Standing ring finger claw. I think the thing you're probably going to have is, one boys, you can cut that off on the button there. You could even do it on the medium as well. You can do the same, cut them along here. Trying to remember the build, whether that affects the. I think you're okay, but you're still gonna have this ridge, so you'd have to maybe cut then down here a little bit to take it down, depending on your finger's gonna kind of sit on top of the edge of the side of the mouse. But it's certainly possible. You can tweak it. Matches the QK60R2. Is that keyboard? Terrific. That's what it is. Keyb. Got the power button. Put some tape on it, Brumboy. I think you could definitely do it then, mate, if you wanted. The problem you've got to be careful with is the magnesium can split quite easily, like crack. So you might find it a little bit difficult to cut. You have to find maybe you could like grind it off or something. You've got like a sandpaper or something, or I don't know, you can sandpaper magnesium to like a belt sander, or you could try and cut along it, but like using something like these, you might find you crack the button. So let's be careful because it is quite fragile magnesium. From like doing the Final Mouse 12 stuff like that. Be careful. QWERTY key Q60. Okay. Kind of like a nice keyboard combo, is it then? Like 60%. But in that in like a lavender colour as well. Then. Still good. Got all these little LED covers, bit of space. You can probably get this below. I reckon you get this to early 30s with a bit of modding if you wanted to. We will do one, but not doing any modding tonight. But just taking them apart tonight for a change. I need to get into the modding again, which we will do. Same screw. Just don't have time tonight. I'm just doing teardowns tonight. Yeah, please, mate. Yeah, shows it terrific. Interesting keybs. Got too many going on, baby. Need to build some more keyboards. We've got too many at the moment. My thoughts on the B-Stacks, you mean? Look how small that is. That is micro, that. There's a G Pro Superlight next to it. That is the smallest scroll wheel I think I've seen in my life. Sometimes the Game Gear have a small one, but holy moly, that thing's tiny. You want me to tell you my thoughts on the B-Stacks Brumboy that we're saying, sorry, mate? Doing a barbecue on Saturday. Oh, nice, your mate's birthday. You got far too much alcohol. You never have too much, mate. Oh, tried to get some cheap Smirnoff, mate. Absolute vodka. Got robbed. Cheeky, cheeky. Me and my mates have been playing some poker nights. Been a lot of Guinness and Kraken rum they've been having. I'll check it out, terrific. Is that the keyboard you're using at the minute then? The QK60, is it? Check the weight on this bad boy. It's got to be 1 gram at least. Look at that. And it'd be 1G. You're not going to find a rubber replacement for this scroll wheel. Cracking his hangover fuel. Yeah, I'm on gin, mate. I don't have had Kraken, but they have it. Coke. This has got to be the smallest ring we've ever tested. The murdered Ultralight X. Death is here. Mate, all we did was this. We just showed Final Mouse that to make it 29 grams a day said it would be, this is what you'd have to do. So that's all we're saying. We're saying, you know, let's call it a bit of a test experiment when it was slightly butchered. It's seen better days, it looks like. Actually quite a good fingertip. Someone was watching, Final Mouse watching, they should make a fingertip version and just trim it down a bit neater. I mean, I'm not saying this is the neatest fingertip, but you get the idea, and then like be quite a nice fingertip, right? Oopie. I used to test more rings dirty. I'm now taking man who's much older now, so I'm not sure I could take as many rings as I used to. I mean. $29 was only for the small one. Yeah, I think it was like, and my medium was 37, I think, in the end. See, without paint 31, production unit 34-ish. Yeah, so you're nowhere near 29, there wasn't it? I called it when they said it was going to be 29 grams. That's why I trolled them with that. No way they're ever making a 29 gram mouse. That is so hard to make a 29 gram mouse. I actually quite like the Ultralight X as well. It's their better mouse so far. Cheers, terrific. I'll take it out a bit, man. Appreciate it, man. Cheers for link. I have quite a selection of keyboards to build at the minute. Have not been good. Like Carrot's not around asking me where the cyberboard is that I've got MIA in a minute. I've lost one. Interesting scroll wheel. You never find a replacement though. There is no replacement scroll wheel I've seen that will fit into that. PCB. Final Mouse played it safe. I think Final Mouse ever played it safe, did he? You can't say 29 grams in the market and then not give you a 29 gram mouse. I wouldn't say it was playing safe. I say it was getting people's interest and then not delivering. If you build the cyberboard, I'll buy it. I've got to find it, mate. I think you might have lost it. I thought you had a cyberboard anyway, do you? Do you have any ideas on how to remedy pre and post? Pre-travel's easier to do than post, Ken. You can use like tape mods and stuff. I've done a few. If you have a look on YouTube, I did one for the Final Mouse. I did one for the G Pro Superlight, but I've done loads of them. But you can generally use tape There's PTFE tape like this you can use, and if you watch some other vids you'll see them. Like you can put that on it, or just plasters people use, or band-aids you might call them, stuff like that. For doing pre-travel, you can generally just like put a little bit on this plunger, and or you can sometimes bend the buttons and things. A few little tricks, but I've done a few streams showing them most of the time. Mainly G Pros, super lights. Cheers for follow, your hero
I've
88.
got
How you doing,
balls
man?
of steel.
Your message got deleted, SBX Games. What did he say, man? Unlike you, sir. You right, mate?
I've got balls of
Just
steel.
follow the real terrific. Hey, you switched. Too much text. Spamming me. It did you for spamming me, did it? Just to follow DubG25. Idiom man. So we've got the Hirano pink shell. Look, there's one. Hirano pink translucent shell, actually pink dots. It's probably my favourite Hirano switch. I definitely prefer the pink dots. I prefer the blue shell pink dots. These are a bit better. Can't work out if I prefer these over Japanese Omron or something though. Cute little switch PCB. Yeah, again a bit like G, I like super light. You know, Razer V3 Pro we just looked at had a similar kind of setup. A little cloning Logitech split PCB method at the minute. Shall I see if I had a spare one lying around? I'm pretty sure yeah. Where is it? From super light. There you go, there's a super light. Actually a new super light with that encoder, but you can see kind of get the same vibe, don't you? USB-C, and then I think this is a K-Swift. Bit light and slightly softer. Ah, okay. Like the blue shell, red dots. Okay. Which mouse do you use, Mizu? You just switch around a bit. Okay, so I think it's a K-Swift. Oh, it's hard to tell. I think it's the F switch, is it? Sorry, not K-Swift. Your trainers. I think it's an F switch brown. Can't tell very well. Difficult to tell. What's everyone's favourite switch at the minute? I think I still prefer the Omron Japan version or the KL4s. It's a nice bit of stiffness. But it's got a nice clip, those KL4s. There's been a lot of switches out recently though since then. We need to see more hot swappable PCBs stock. 8mm encoder if you wanted to swap it. Pretty common size, good to know. You already feel the Viper V3 Pro is going to be your favourite mouse so far? Ooh. What are you main at the moment, SPX? It's a better build, and they've changed the design quite a bit, surprisingly, from the Hyperspeed 3 V3, which was trash, I thought. So it's nice to see they've changed that. That's definitely one of the better mice Razer's put out the last couple of versions. So I think you'll like it as long as you don't mind the shape. It's quite smooth though, coating wise, but yeah, definitely made some good improvements on it. You like slightly softer clicks? Okay. Putting some defond damp, is it 1101 nanos? Okay. Nice. So a bit less clicky, but a bit more mushy then, like softer. Like it lightweight as well, you're saying? Measured exactly for your hand, like the perfect fit. Kelly Teals feel nice. Don't trust the Kelly's. Chaos for durability. See, I haven't seen the reds have always been pretty good, but I know some of the blacks have had some issues. The KL8. I don't think I've seen the Defon DMP 1101. I'll have to have a look. Right, let's check out this PCB one. So 4 grams. What's PCB total weight out of curiosity? 9. So that's quite a heavy PCB, that. When you put it together, most of them are not that heavy. Like the Razer one was, well, I guess we split it in two, but it's quite a heavy PCB. Combined. Ah, okay. It's like a hybrid. Is it a Mizu then? I've probably seen it. I'll have to check them out. Whoa, where'd that go? God damn. What's that doing? Should be allowed to do anything to them. Let's pretend that bit's still around. Oh, that's gone. Should be allowed name there. It's a screw I've lost, hasn't it? We'll just say it was there. It was just half the size of that one. I'm giving a weight reduction on it later. Not today, but another time. It's probably that and another half in weight. So, for like 0.03. Maybe it'll turn up. What's that? Omni? We've already done the Razer V3. Viper V3, mate. Got to get some of the VOD. Took it apart ready, sir. I like the fact there's no plastic rivets in this. I thought maybe they were riveted the buttons at the back. The power of pole and DPI, but they're not. Nice. It's probably built well, this mouse. I never heard of Keychron. To be fair, apart from when they started pushing these things out. But they built this well. Probably building mice for the people by the sounds of it, because they're pretty well built. Anyone who's been around a while, I don't know. The hand's 19.5 by 10 wide, a little bit wider and a bit longer than my hand though. 5.5 grams. Close. There we go. The Keychron is taken apart. Oops. Should be allowed out today. Your hand's big. I'd say over 20 is bigger. So, but you've got a little bit wider. You've got quite a wide hand. You've got 2 centimeters wider your hand. But yeah. Probably big in terms of like thickness. It's a thick hand. So what do I think of the Keychron M4? I quite like it. I think it's well built. This is very well built for the kind of style of mouse. It's fingertip. I think it's a little bit small for me in terms of thin. It's quite thin. Could do with thickening the mains in terms of the main buttons a bit thin, so they get a bit of flex. Therefore, make it a little bit more mushy. Overall, built well. Just do some nice escapes, a bit cheap. Other than that, I really can't fault it. Battery is quite big, but I can see why they've done that. People probably want a slightly smaller battery, maybe you can drop it to a 250 or 200 milliamp. Doesn't need to be that, it's only 1,000 Poland. 300 milliamp is pretty big. Maybe some firmware upgrades. I think the 3395 has some better updates now for battery life. So I like the way the boot is a bit more pushed out on it. So overall good. It's well built. Probably the best fingertip mouse I've seen around. The MZ MK2 is good, but it doesn't have side buttons, so this is the one that's probably best wireless. And it's got side buttons. And they're easy to access the side buttons, sometimes a bit difficult on fingertips, but not bad at all. If the sides were flat, it'd be a good mouse. What, the talking Razer or the Keychron? I think not. M4. Ah, okay. Yeah, they could do a flat version maybe. That'd be good. They did a flatter version. I could see that working for people. Rather than the Bose side, but you get the HSK then maybe, or you could get the M2K, but it's pretty expensive. This is a good price. They're like $80, I think, or something. It's cheap for what it is. That's nice. B6 Mini. Yeah, I think at the moment, let's put this back together. At the moment, I can't work out if I like the Ultralight X, not the butchered version, the genuine one, or the B6 Mini, I think, medium. I need to do a comparison on them, but they're both good. I just can't tell which one I prefer at the minute. I'm liking both mice at the minute. I think what stops me liking the Beast X is that to me it's a clone. So although they've done a good job, they're kind of taking other people's ideas and creating another version of it. I'd like to see them make something off their own back. The M4's $50, 4K, it's pretty good. Cheap price that. It's one of the best mice at the minute for that price range. I have done a teardown of the Beast X Medium. I did take it apart. I can't remember how I took it apart, so you'd have to have a look, but it should be on my YouTube. If it's not, I haven't released it. It will be out this week. So I'm releasing a few videos I've been slowing down on. I need to get out, including the 4K Zagan, is it Vaxi? So $80 for your Beast X Mini. Yeah, that's pretty cheap for the price. So I think the Beast X Mini is quite expensive for a mouse that's come out of nowhere. Hey Bob, I'm busy, but I have the stream running. No worries, open. Good luck, man. We've got a Keychron giveaway on Friday. We're going to be giving away one of these Keychron M4s and playing Grey Zone, so we shall see. You desoldered the Opto with Mex. You can on the Superlight 2. I don't think I did it on the Mini. If I just tore it apart, I can't remember. But if I just tore it apart, I wouldn't have desoldered them. But you can do it, it's difficult though. Super X Superlight 2, that is. It's very, very tricky to do. It's the 4-pin Optomech on the rear. I can't remember which switch it is in the Mini. Is it the on-world? I thought they didn't have them in it, I don't know. I can't remember. Was that Chris? Hey, you found a decent scroll wheel replacement for the Beast X? I haven't yet, no. But I haven't looked either, to be fair. The best way to see about scroll wheel replacements is you have to check some of my other videos where I've torn mice down. Like the Razer one might fit it. Viper's pretty good, it's been fitting a few mice. Like a Viper Mini or something, but you have to check the scroll wheel size and have a look, see if it'll fit. I'll probably do a database or something to show people things like that. I just need to get it all together, the data. Difficult to desolder, but yeah, the 4 small pins are very difficult, mate. They're not easy at all. Heat gun, maybe. I use a desolder gun. I've got this one. But it's still difficult. With that, you gotta be careful because they heat up pretty quick. Heat gun or something, maybe. Try and get the solder and then ping them off. Depends if you can get the solder off the other pins, but that's probably a better option. It's back to that, screws on it. These are all the right screws. This one will be having a weight reduction, so I'm not too fussed. Let's put it back together to keep all the bits in one place, and I'll come back. I'll do a weight reduction on this one and the Viper V3 Pro once I've tested it. So I need to give it a go first before I cut it up. Have you played any of the finals recently? I haven't played it, mate. A few people mentioned it. I don't know. I saw some videos. I wasn't that keen. I might play. Is it Deliverance? Is it Defiant? Can't remember. Don't know. I used to like stuff like that, but I just need to put in a lot of controllers stuff at the minute, and I can't be bothered with controllers against PC and mouse keyboard. So. I hate the aiming style. There you go. I'd be looking forward to the new Battlefield if they hadn't messed up 2042 so bad after they said they were going to make it like Battlefield 4, which is my favourite all-time Battlefield. I just don't trust it to be any good. The beta looked good for 2042, and I did enjoy the first few, I guess, plays of 2042 when it came out, but it's just went downhill fast, and then everyone stopped playing it. I'm sure it's improved now. I've seen a lot of people playing it, but I was watching some Siege the other day. That looked pretty good again, but I did a lot of Siege, and I never seem to like find a game at the minute. Maybe it's my age, like I say, but I can just stick with. Like Tarkov's really good. I love Tarkov, and then I'm like, oh, everyone's leveled up now, so what's the point? Like I'll be on this for a bit, and then I'm like, come back, and I'm like, God damn, everyone's now like, I think everyone's level 45 or something, and I'm level 30. I'm just getting my ass handed to me. Can't play it enough. Like I haven't got the time to play it to get to that level. So. I like the look of is it Arena Breakout or the new one? It's been free to play. That looks right. Yeah, people said Final was made by the Battlefield devs, but if it's a 2042 devs, then well, we know how that went. If it was the OG Battlefield 4 devs, then maybe. But if you're watching my Friday, on Fridays I tend to play with new mouse pads, keyboards, stuff like that. We've been trying out the Atlantis Pro recently and different pads, but generally when I play around with stuff, and that's generally when I play games, but I just can't find anything to play at the minute. Tarkov is the second job unless you pestilly. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how he plays it that much though. I get bored. Do you know what I mean? Day in, day out playing Tarkov like that. Oh, I don't know. I guess you get paid different in your job, I guess. Bit of Minecraft, baby. I like 7 Days to Die. I nearly thought about playing 7 Days to Die again, which I do love. I've not played that since Alpha 11, I think. But I played that for a long time. I used to love that. I'd consider that again. I don't know. We shall see. Right. I'm going to end my stream. We'll be back on Friday night. No idea what we're going to play. Probably Grey Zone, I think. Or we'll be playing Grey Zone. We'll test out the V3 Pro. And we'll also give away a Keychron 4, one that is brand new. So, we'll see. You ever finished Alan Wake 2? No, I've not actually. Carrot was saying I've chickened out on it. I could play Alan Wake 2. I need to finish that. That was scary. I need to finish Last of Us 2 as well. I lost my save game. But I do need to find something to play at the minute. Maybe a bit of Alan Wake 2. We'll see what Grey Zone's like though, because that's new. People seem keen to see that. I want to see it. We'll see how it goes on Friday. Hopefully it don't fall apart. But I need to build my PC. Excuse me. See if I can get that to work. Because it is turning itself off, which is a little concerning. I don't understand why. I need to see whether Windows 11's put something on there weirdly patched. I might put Windows 10 on it anyway, because I've had some problems. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you Friday, about 7 o'clock GMT, something like that. Peace. GG. I'll drop some videos as well on YouTube this week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.